Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, folks. Today is our first lesson of this long trip, so bear with us and we'll try our best, okay? I'm going to do a quick review of the note taking guide for Unit 12.3 Volume. So, to get started here, volume is the amount of space that a solid takes up. Volume is measured in cubic units. Now, while I'm telling you this, a copy of the notes and a slideshow is also available on the Google Classroom, okay? So you can review both of these before you try your homework and the quizzes and the test. So your definitions, your L is length. W would be width. The big H, it stands for height, but you're not going up. What it is it's the length of the prism. Okay? If I have a triangular prism, this would be the little h. This is the big H. Okay? So don't get those mixed up. And again, the little h is the height of the object. Okay? Now, some quick formulas to look at. Your volume is length times width times height. Okay? Length times width times height, or L, length times width times height. There you go, LWH. Or in this case, when we're looking at this square right here, it's 3 by 3 by 3. This is a cube, right? So it is 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 times 9 is 27. So it's going to be 27 centimeters cubed. Remember, the units is cubed. Another one we can do, find the volume of the object below. Okay, it's another cube, 10, 10, 10. Length times width times height, or 10 times 10 times 10. Now, 10 times 10 would be what? If anybody out there in the cyberland has their calculator with them, 10 times 10 is 100, and then times 10 is 1,000. So the volume will equal 1,000 centimeters cubed. All right, the rectangular volume, it's the same process. It's just not a cube, okay? It's a rectangular prism. Length times width times height would be the same thing of this. So length, times width, height. 12, 12, 20. 12 times 12 times 20. And that's going to give you, I did a plus. 12 times 12 times 20. That's going to give you 2,880 feet cubed. Okay, I'm going to skip this one to keep the video a little shorter. It's the same process, so no need to repeat it. Okay? Now, the volume of a triangle prism. Now, the volume of a triangle prism is fairly straightforward. The way this works is this. The volume of a triangle prism works like this. Here's your formula. The area of a triangle times the height. So remember that the area of a regular triangle is 1/2 base times height. The big H, again, is your length right here, right? This is your big H. So it is 1/2 base times height times the big H. In this case, down here, you got 1/2 times 6 times 4 times 12. 6 times 4 is 24, times 1/2 is 12. And then 12 times 12 is 144 cubic units. Let's try it one more time. Let's look at this one right here. So 1/2 base times height. If I rewrite that, I have 1/2. Remember, this is my base. This is my little h, or height. 5 times 3 is 15 times the big H. The big H is 8. So half of 15 is 7.5 times the big H, 8. And that will be 7.5 times 8. And that will give you volume is equal to 60. Now we don't have any units on here, so we'll say units cubed. Remember, it's cubed, right? We're talking about area. Or I'm sorry, we're talking about volume, not area. So, one more time. Volume equals 1/2 base times height times the big height. So what's your height? Do you see it? What's the little h? 7. It is the 7, right? So there's the little h. What's your big H? The height of the prism, the length of the prism. Yeah, 25, right? 25, big H. And then here's your base. So you have 1/2 times base times height, they're 18 times 7, times the big H, 25. So 18 times 7 gives you 126. Divided in half, or times 0.5, gives you 63. And if you times that by 25, that's going to give you volume equaling 1,575. What do we got? We got inches. Inches cubed. Okay, last but not least, let's look at this composite figure down here. With the composite figure, notice we're finding volume. Excuse me, guys. Notice I have a rectangle prism and I got a triangle prism. You have to split them apart and break them down. We're going to start with the triangle prism. 1/2 base, little height, or little h, times the big H. So we got here. I'm going to use that measurement, and I'm going to use this measurement. Okay, so that is volume equals 1/2. Your base is going to match this 8, so that is 8 centimeters. Well, I don't need the centimeters. Get that out the way there. So 1/2, 8 times the little h, get the 4, times 4 times the big H, which is going to match the 5. So what that's going to give you is this. You're going to have 8 times 4, which is 32. If you divide it in half, or times it by 0.5, you're going to get 16. And then multiply that by 5, you're going to get 80. You're going to get 80 centimeters cubed. Now, we're not done yet. We've got a rectangle prism. The formula for the rectangle prism, length times width times height. What do we got? I've got a 6, I got an 8, I got a 5. So V equals 6 times 8 times 5. Well, 8 times 5 is 40, times 6, 240. So your volume is going to equal 240 centimeters cubed. All right, cool. We found both of those. But remember, it's a composite figure. You've got to add both of them up. So we need to take that and add them up. So 240 plus 80 would be 0, 2, 3. Be 320 centimeters cubed. Okay, guys. Take your time. You got a homework assignment. Not a lot of problems. You can do it. If you need to, look back at this video. Look at the slideshow. Okay. Good luck, and hope to see you guys soon.